Start to refresh your memory of what happened in the 2022 Giving Circle reception. The Center Volunteers in Medicine received a $4,000 grant for their breast health program. The State College Food Bank received a $6,000 grant for their no-cost produce market. And the Out of the Cold received the most votes last year and was awarded a $13,000 grant for their permanent shelter program. And again, about those numbers, each year, the Giving Circle VIP members, and I know we have many in the audience here, vote to award a bonus grant to one of the 3 finalists. But last year, it was so hard, it became a tie between the State College Food Bank and Out of the Cold. So each of those great groups received an extra $2,000 that again kind of bumped their grants up to what I just announced, the $6,000 and the $13,000. I also thought we had a common theme here as we were discussing before we start tonight, and that was all 3 of these organizations have opened, will open, or soon to be open new spaces to help the community with their mission work. So that's amazing. It's growth, it's giving back, it's, again, it's what you guys do best, believe me, in this wonderful community that we call home. Representing the CVIM, first up, I want to make sure I have your title right here, Marianne Hazel, the Director of Philanthropy and Community Engagement at that great Center Volunteers in Medicine, and a newer addition to the staff. So Marianne, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me. I am one of the newest team members at CVIM, and as you alluded to, it is one of the most exciting times to be part of our organization because we're in our new clinic, and it has just been a joy to watch our patients and our volunteers' expressions as they walk in. We've doubled our space.
It's amazing. The work that I first became familiar with during COVID and the amazing vaccination outreach that you did to tens and tens of thousands is continued in so many ways through all of your programs. But this particular grant went for that grant for the breast health program. Could you tell us a little bit about the dollars that were put into the special grant, and since that grant was awarded, the impact that it's made?
It has been incredibly impactful. We're so fortunate to be able to have such a kind partnership with both Geisinger and Mount Nittany. Our staff helps to get the men and women to fill out the paperwork, so it's super easy for them. And last year, with our extending our gratitude to you for all of your generosity, we were able to provide 72 mammograms, 5 ultrasounds, and 5 biopsies, totaling close to $11,000.
Last year, State College Food Bank received that grant as you awarded them for the no-cost produce markets. Can you remind us exactly what that meant?
Yeah, absolutely. The no-cost produce market is kind of what it sounds like. It's a produce market, all local fresh produce, that's given away to anyone in Center County at no cost.
Any lessons learned about the organizations as part of the grant, or maybe things to do differently now that you were awarded this money?
I think this money, it helped us expand it, right? So we were able to add that extra market, and then we were able to order for more people. So we had predicted last year that we could serve upwards of over 250 households instead of 175 to 200, and we were right. So thanks to this grant, we had the confidence to order that extra produce and not second guess it and question spending that money, and we were right.
Let's bring up our friends from Out of the Cold here, and let's just introduce here our friends Jordan Taylor, who's the executive director, fairly new as the executive director, and longtime board president now. I think she's filled so many spots at Out of the Cold. Mainstay Kendra Getting. So you received the grant for that permanent shelter program. Can you remind us of the timeline and the program and what it entails?
Sure thing. You all have helped us renovate our permanent shelter, so thank you so much for doing that. And you can see some pictures of the shelter up here. So you may remember in December of 21, we were able to purchase 318 South Atherton Street, which is the former Quaker Meeting House. We've been using that building as day shelter all along, but there were some code required renovations before we could use it for overnight shelter. So we're currently in the process of doing those renovations. They started it in April. They've been delayed a month, which I hear in the renovation world, that's great. So we have it delayed a month. And we plan to move in on Tuesday, September 5th. And we're like counting down the days. We're very excited for that. So even though we've been around since 2011, this is our first shelter. So the renovations consisted of code things, so like firewalls and sprinklers. We also expanded the number of bathrooms and the number of showers. We also created what we called wellness rooms, which are just 2 small rooms that could be used for meetings, or if like one of our guests is having a hard day, it's a quiet space that they're able to go.